Hello, it's good to see you again. I'm glad you're back. It seems like it's been a while since I've been here, and I've really missed having some communication with the council. Life happens, and it has happened to me. Anyway, today's February 20th in 2020, and a great day to be back. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to listen and to share some time with me. I'm excited, and it's been a lull in any kind of movement or energy from me now for about 5 days. So been very, very quiet and disconcerting sometimes. But today it just seems like with the 2020 and 20 and that everything is kind of livened up again. So I have some exciting news, some interesting things to share with you. As I said initially, if you've listened to any of the previous broadcasts, that the January was a month of cleansing. I went through some tremendous different types of life changes and energetic changes and getting rid of old emotions and old history and old vibrations and nonsense that we just no longer need, things that we've been clinging to, things that have been a part of our life, but we're able to let them go now. We moved in from the cleansing into inspiration in the month of February, and it has been exactly that for so many of us. It's just been an astounding revelation to find out that there are all kinds of things that they're willing to teach us and to show us, and new paths opening up, new ideas coming forth, new concepts being presented. I've had the opportunity to have them show me a whole new business plan that they put together for me. I'll begin launching that next month, and it includes using a lot of different healing modalities than we're normally accustomed to, and many more people than I understand better than I do at this point, which are using colors, using vibrations, using tones. Of course, we're familiar with the music and the different hertz that are available. Such astounding, beautiful music that we can listen to on YouTube, for example, or on wonderful CDs from the artists, things that we're implementing and utilizing in our life to make things easier and make it better for us. And all these different things that are being offered and presented to us are really beginning to come forth. If you haven't really had anything that you would consider somewhat dramatic or revelatory, if that's a word, or revelation-wise, that you looked at, just in awe of, oh my God, thank you so much, that Spirit had brought something into you to truly inspire you and to make dramatic changes and shifts in your life. If you have not had the opportunity to sit down and take advantage of what the Council of Wisdom and the Angelic Realms are offering, you still have time to do that. This is the 20th of February, and they've sort of mapped this out specifically with regard to the vibrations of the planet and what's happening to us as a result of what's happening to the planet. Those energies are still being made available and will continue to be so, but they're magnified right now in the month of February. So if you haven't had something presented to you where it was a real awakening, or taking you much deeper into your spiritual life, or taking you much higher in your understanding and your comprehension, then now is the time that you can do that. So take advantage of the time in meditation or in writing. You can do automatic writing. It's a fantastic way if you have a hard time focusing. It's a tool I've always used in order to communicate with them. I have a hard time sitting long enough, and I've never been really good at meditating. I'm getting better. But all these years that I've been working with them, to sit down with pen and paper and to say, okay, tell me what it is that you want me to know, take a break, write your questions down, wait for answers. The possibilities are really endless. But if you're one who's having a difficult time really connecting, then use simple tools. Simple for you, that makes it simple for them to work with you. They're anxious to do that. So don't hesitate to take advantage of that if you can, or if you have a desire. If you're more of a person who's listening, learning along the way, looking for some inspiration, looking for some guidance, then by all means, to begin to do that in a manner that works well for you. See what is the most comfortable for you and move forward with that. But do remember that you can still be inspired in tremendous ways. You've already received that inspiration or sort of different inclinations this month, then don't hesitate to ask for more, because it's readily available. They want to offer us as much information as they possibly can and continue to push us forward, which is literally they're pushing pushing us forward into understanding some of the things that are going on around us. That was the whole idea of them coming through, speaking to me, saying I would like to be able to offer to all the people, or we, not I, offer to the people who are listening and who are interested what is actually going on in the changes and the dramatic shifts that are going on in our galaxy, and they're included in that galaxy. So they want to point that out, that those changes are affecting them as well. The need for change is affecting them as well. So they keep wanting us to move forward in that and keep abreast of what's going on. Now, some of the things that they've been offering are kind of difficult to understand and a little bit disconcerting, in as much as they're saying that there were different shifts in the earth and in Gaia, and as those shifts took place, that certain entities, elementals were released from there, not all of them of the best nature that we wanted to be exposed to. They wanted us to know that that was happening, so if we were contacted by them, affected by them, afflicted by them, that we would know that we needed to do something about it. Ask the help of the angelic realm to have that removed. Could be from our home, could be from our workplace, could be from our mind, our spiritual energy field can be affected by them. So there's been some odd changes, and some that have always been with us, but were definitely magnified in the month of January. So I remember some of the things that I went through. Some of them, the cleansing and the ideas of letting go of all that old stuff that we no longer need to hang on to, created some emotional upheaval. If you're just beginning to listen to these transmissions by the Council of Wisdom, then you could go back and look at the other ones and get kind of caught up into the month of February, because we're moving into March very quickly. Now, as I began to listen to them today, they began to emphasize that there's an excitement in what they're doing, because as we're moving forward, then they're allowed to move forward as well. So the shifts that were possible before have been greatly magnified now. And as they are perceiving those shifts and those changes in us, it's going to make things easier for us to attain the goals that we want to attain. They're excited for us because they've removed so much of the negativity, and will continue to do so in the next couple of weeks or so, that it's simplifying our step forward. It's simplifying our desire to pursue our plans and our goals, whether they're business, spiritual, family, emotional, psychological, anything we're doing with mind, body, spirit in a holistic way, that we are looking for some way of developing ourselves and moving into more of a state of ascension, as they're asking us to. Primarily, again, I will remind you, that is going to be psychological, mental, intellectual, all of those things that control and motivate and maintain what we're going to be doing within our homes, our lives, our jobs, our families, and deeply personal spiritual things. So ask them to work with your intellect and ask them to offer you wisdom. Now, as we come toward the end of the month of February, what they're doing with the inspirational ideas that they're offering is, with those, we're going to move forward into the month of March naturally. And that is going to be a change in the color scheme that they are presenting. The 7 rays, the colors I mentioned initially at the outset of this, that they're showing us ways that we can use color to heal, color to change vibration, color to accelerate our growth. The 7 colors, the 7 archangels, the 7 organs in our bodies, the 7 universes, the 7 planets, that magic number. If you can take an opportunity to sit down, do a Google search, as everybody says now, Google it, and see what you can find out about the 7 rays and the 7 colors, and how all of those things are so interrelated with our whole galaxy and our universe. As they're saying, last transmission, that there are 7 universes surrounding ours. We are in that section. So that is like a magic number, literally, that if you can focus on it and understand, get some concept of where you're at through their direction or inspiration, or talking to somebody like myself and having us help you find where you're at emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, what level you're on, you're wanting to move, like say from the third to the fourth to the fifth dimension, then there's the ability to use colors, to use the angels and ask them to do that for you. So it's not as difficult as we've always been told that it's, and it's getting easier all the time. That's why they're excited for us. Now, as we move into the month of March, it shifts from the inspiration, ideas, concepts, revelations into action. March is going to be a month of action. And so the color that they would really like us to use, because it is representative of the intellect and of wisdom, is yellow. So I've changed my format in my studio, getting rid of some of the darker shades, bringing in something lighter in spring, and offering some of the colors that I really love, the topaz and the different shades that are available, because in that it's cleansing old karma, removing some of the residual junk from me that we all have, and we will have all of our lives as we go closer and closer to who we're looking toward, to finding who we are. Part of that for me, and part of that for many people like myself, is understanding what we're supposed to be doing within our purpose and fulfilling that completely, moving from the ideas about it to having really thorough, fully explained ideas of the concepts of who we are and what we should be moving toward. And that, I believe, this month they have given me a very, very clear understanding, as they gave me a business plan that entailed everything I really love doing, and a 4-step process, and sitting down with them and allowing them to bring that forward for me. I feel very, very blessed. And it's just something that I love to share with people, letting you know I'm not special. They're making that available to anybody who takes the time to ask. Find your plan, find your purpose, find your goal for life. Take the time to sit down and really get some steps written down, outlined, about how you can begin to move more closely toward that. Each step you take brings more joy into your life, more happiness, and more peace of mind. So as I was saying, the month of March, if you can add yellow to your clothing, yellow to your environment, wearing a new yellow sweater, for example, wearing yellow socks, whatever seems to work for you. If you can surround yourself with it, jewelry that is yellow, orange, wearing different crystals, using different shades of yellow, are all appropriate, as long as your intention is set that you want to be partaking of the opportunity to become more wise. Wisdom, higher intellect, wisdom in understanding all the things that are going on around us, and knowing that we should be part of them and be very actively involved in them. Wisdom, as we see it, as explained by the Council of Wisdom, takes us beyond our normal understanding. It opens minds that have been closed to different concepts. It grants us the ability to change. It grants people around us the ability to change and move into a higher realm of thought and a higher dimension of thought, less thick, less stuck, less cemented in old beliefs and old political, religious, all those different systems that we have within our workforce, within our personal lives, family lives, community lives. Those things are really on the upswing. The more that we understand them, the more that we can move with them. It's sort of like we're reaching a point. March on, and we'll see what they bring forward for April, May, and June for the second quarter, because there will be big shifts then as well. But this month of March prepares us to move into those changes too. One thing that they want me to be clear on is, I believe it was in the last session that I mentioned that as according to the planet's horoscope, some odd things are going to be happening in our planet. They may be even frightening things. A lot more earthquake activity, volcanic activity, and could be some things with regard to the latter part of the month. Some of them extremely significant according to the planet's horoscope. Not our personal one, but that of the planet Earth and its alignment with the astrological signs and planets and stars. That the planet Jupiter is going to come in, and what it does is it penetrates so deeply with its energetic field into the planet and its proximity to other planets that is going to really shake up some things from underneath. Now, I was working, had some plans to do some traveling, be away from home, do some healing sessions, moving into more of the new healing ideas, and going to some different areas, making the archangel healings available to people who don't normally have access to them. And I was asked by the council to not really do any traveling, specifically on March 5th. They're saying that something significant is going to take place. Alluding to possibly some volcanic activity or earthquake activity that will be significant and somewhat intimidating. Where many of us are at is safe. We may know people that won't be safe. I don't have a lot more information than that. It was just sort of like a test for me, as I'm new to trying to offer information that might be more specific, like they'd like me to, and trust me to convey to you that volcanic activity will definitely be on the rise in the month of March. But March 5th, just pay attention. See, make a mental note, write it on your calendar, as I have, and let's see what happens on the 5th and see how accurate I am. It's always a good idea to test, to make sure that I'm connected in the right way. And even though I've been doing this for 40 years, we never know. There's all kinds of things out there happening. I just like to be sure. And this is something that they've offered as an example of I can test the validity of what they say. So March 5th, I don't intend to go anywhere. I'm going to honor what they asked me to do. I'm going to stay home and stay where I know that I am safe. And we'll see what happens, but I'm putting that out there for you to evaluate as well. And then we'll go from there. Into the rest of the month of March, if you know people that there just doesn't seem to be much of any awakening. They don't seem to have any awareness of anything outside of the old stuck patterns that we've been in for so long. They're not looking at them, maybe don't even really genuinely care about them. There's a lot of people around us that don't have the opportunity to understand things on a deeper level and to learn more of what might be a spiritual truth that seems to just be unfolding with such rapidity in our atmosphere right now and within our world, that it just doesn't seem like we can ignore it anymore. And it doesn't seem as if we can pretend like it isn't shifting and changing. So we're aware of it, maybe in tune with it. I'm meaning those of us who would consider ourselves spiritualists, awakened individuals, people who've moved beyond the fourth and fifth dimension in their thought patterns and life and habits, the way that we perceive the world and Gaia and our oneness. Many people are still so totally isolated from it, and in that we're reaching a point where we have to do everything that we can to allow them the opportunity to take a look at it. We're never going to push it on them. We're never going to force it on them any more than the angelic realm would do. But what we're going to do in the month of March is understand, if you're willing, to try to activate the yellow angelic ray. It can be linked with Uriel. You can ask the Archangel Uriel to assist you. You can just summon a yellow ray into your workplace, into your home if need be. Raise your own vibrations with it. Raise your neighbors' vibrations with it, your community. So many of our communities are stuck in the old paradigms. And what the yellow does, the yellow ray, healing ray, is it opens minds. I see it when I do an angelic healing, is to just literally open the person's mind. I use that energy to open it and then allow the yellow to move in. And it really is mind expanding, literally mind expanding. It opens up their mind in an energetic way, since everything's energy, as we all know. So if you're willing to participate in that and you would like to use that or take advantage of that in the month of March, it would be in your best interest and in that of those people you know to do that, to just, reach forward, reach out, and reach up to them and just say, please, anything that you can do to bring a yellow ray, and then you just summon it down, and you envision it and do it with intention and bring it into your home, and then blast it out all through your home, blast it out through your community. You have the authority to do that. You have the ability to do that with your intention, and it's a loving intention. Opening your own mind and opening that of your neighbors, and like I said, your communities, your public officials, all of those people who all of us need to be moving more forward toward all the changes that are taking place that can't be stopped. And it is sort of within us, what they're conveying is that there's an urgency to it now. And this is why I named this particular transmission Tock. It keeps coming up in conversation with them. The time is moving away from us. Time is slipping away from us. And in that time, our lifetime. As we know, no time, space, but still that is our existence, is how we function. And it's slipping away. So the more urgency that we can put toward our desires and the more urgency that we can push toward fulfilling our purpose, the better position that we will be in. So what they said to me today was to remind people, change or perish. And however one defines that, however you understand that, may not be the way I do, but you have your own personal belief system and that of great value to you. And if your mind is expanded in the month of March to proceed in a different way, then by all means, that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. But we're each individuals and we're all loved for exactly who we are and where we're at. So these changes that are taking place, try to move with them as much as you can, as much as you can stand them, because they do cause some discomfort. They do cause some dis-ease in just in the way that we feel, maybe sometimes a little bit of depression and stuff. And so, but they're asking me to move on. The idea with the month of March is to do everything you can to implement your plan, your goal for life, your purpose, and the wisdom that would be provided by the yellow ray and the yellow colors are exactly what we need at this point. They will change after the month of March, but I'm going to offer, as they're requesting, just a message in tongues to your higher self, and that you know that you will be reached in a manner that will awaken and instills a little bit of a higher thought process, whatever it is that they're trying to convey to you. You may not understand it completely, I may not understand it, but trust me, your higher self does. So this is just an offering to you, and please take advantage of it. And thank you for being with me today and listening. And I'm going to close with this. Vera suna ono mo kuro do shon to the stamo ukobi iri into the supo utini kaya tadana. Beda dasto do nuatarina. Dia liudo kutand dia stabo tuta dea suna di shoshondo bayato. Lerano comare unto the stabo eternito. Berito curiato restore, your mouths will open and words will come out and convey different thoughts and patterns, ideas than you have previously been aware of. Your mind is going to grow, your heart is going to grow, your love is going to grow. Open your mind and your heart. Open yourselves to the yellow healing rays. Surround yourself with its golden hue. Surround yourself with its healing love and attention to each individual as you are, where you are. Embrace yourself and embrace your ability to be your higher self. And with this, I thank you, and thank you for joining me. I will see you soon and next week, and thank you again for listening. If you wanted to take a look at my website, I have a link to it, the services that I offer. I also have an opportunity to contact me by email. If you'd like, at the bottom of the screen, it's there. And I would love to hear from you if you have questions. We're all moving forward into purpose, and we're all moving forward into helping each other more and more all the time. So, and again, they have another message for you, just listening and paying attention. So let's take a moment for this. And one of the 80 angelic languages is what my languages are. Deraso mayano erana, deroena somea, deroena neana samoena na ea, la 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 mana somayano e, ondono na no sa, deroela la mohano e, ondo e. La la lando me no sono we shamoe shamoe go with their blessings and move toward your higher self. And again, I will see you again soon. See you next week. And thank you again for tuning in. I love you and love yourselves.